Company contributions represent the employer's cost of benefits. This is a helpful way to show your employees the additional costs that your business pays on their behalf. Examples of contributions are the employer's share of health insurance costs or 401k company match. It's important to note that these company contribution amounts do not affect the employee's earnings. It is simply an informational dollar amount that will appear with other paycheck details. You will first need to add the contribution under the company level before you can assign them to individual employees. When you first go through the setup wizard, you will be asked if you want to add company level contributions. You can do this in the wizard or set these up later. Once you have completed your initial setup, to add a new contribution, go to Settings. Under Payroll Settings, click Deductions and Contributions. This page will show a list of company-level employee deductions and company-paid contributions that you have already set up. Click Add New in the Contributions section. A set of blank fields will appear. For more information about these fields, click the Help icon beside each field. First, enter a unique description that will appear on employee paychecks and reports. You may use any combination of letters, numbers, special characters, and spaces up to 20 characters. In my example, we'll call this Company Paid Medical. In the For Deduction field, you have the option to tie the contribution to a deduction so that the contribution only happens when a specific deduction is taken. In my example here, I can tie this medical insurance contribution to the employee's medical family deduction so that when the employee's deduction is taken, the corresponding contribution would also calculate. If the employee's deduction does not happen, neither will the contribution. For more help on how this works, click the Help icon. This field is optional, so you can leave it blank if this contribution is not tied to a deduction. For the method, we have several choices. For a detailed explanation of each of these methods, click the Help icon at the top of the page. In my example, I'm using fixed dollar, which will calculate an exact dollar amount each pay. The amount or formula field is optional and will depend on the method you had selected. If this contribution has a set amount that's the same for everyone, enter the default amount. This amount can be changed if needed on the employee's record. If this contribution varies per employee, leave this field blank. For more information on how formulas work, click the Help icon. In most cases, the company-paid contribution is not taxable. In the event you are recording S-Corp shareholder health insurance, choose this option. Otherwise, keep Not Taxable. Click the Help icon for more details. The Limits fields are optional fields. The contribution can be set up to automatically stop once a dollar limit is reached. If this contribution has a monthly or calendar year annual limit, enter the amounts in the respective fields. A monthly limit is useful for benefit premiums that are the same each month regardless of how many pay dates are in the month. The calendar year annual limit is most often used on contributions with IRS limits such as 401k and HSA contributions. You are responsible for knowing and applying any limits. If this contribution does not need a limit, leave these fields blank. The W-2 box field should only be filled in certain cases where the contribution money needs to be reported in special boxes on the W-2. If you have tied this contribution to a deduction, depending on the deduction type, the W-2 box may be pre-filled as a guide. The choices in the W-2 label field are based on what is selected in the W-2 box field. If the W-2 box field is blank, this field will also remain blank. Click Save at the bottom of the page to save the contribution and return to the list. To immediately add another contribution, click Save and Add Another. If you don't want to save your changes, click Cancel. When you click Save, the contribution now appears alphabetically in the company contribution list. This can now be used on employee records. If you have any questions, click the Get Help link at the top of any page to visit our Help Center.